Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Friday. It is November the 28th, 2025. It is about 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and I hope that y'all have had a wonderful Friday, wonderful end to your work week, if you did have to go to work today. And I hope it's been a productive and a non-stressful Friday for you. As for me, I'm doing pretty good myself. I had today off, so I had a pretty chill day today. No work. So I'm just walking down the sidewalk here. Still daylight out, but I would say within an hour or so, just start getting pretty dark here. So, that's all right. But what I want to talk about in this video is, did y'all go out and buy anything for Black Friday? Or did y'all go into any stores just to see what type of deals that these corporations were offering at these stores? I was in Walmart earlier today, and I really looked around just to see what types of deals were actually being offered. And I'll be honest with you, there really wasn't any actual deals. And I kind of talked about this in my earlier video, but I really think that the hype around Black Friday is pretty much dead. Now, of course, Black Friday as a whole is not dead, but I just think the overall hype, the overall excitement that came with Black Friday, that pretty much is gone because of the fact that, I think it's really three things. I think that, for one, a lot of these stores, they'll have some sort of deal or something like that. But then it's you can find the same deal online, for cheaper. Amazon, etc. Amazon, that's still going to be popular. And then other online retailers. And with many people, if you find it online cheaper, you're just going to buy it right then and there. And then you have the economic factor where it's just, not economically feasible for many people to just go out and splurge a lot of money on nonsense that they really and truly don't even need in the first place, but they want it. Many people just don't have that disposable income anymore, right? It's a struggle for a lot of people to make ends meet nowadays. It's not easy, and it's just it's hard nowadays, and that's just what it is. And the third and final reason is what was the third reason? I just had my brain just blanked out for a second here. I can't remember the third reason. So first reason was the online. Second reason was the economic. Oh, okay. The third reason is the fact that many of these Black Friday deals are just the original price. I've heard countless reports where they'll see a Black Friday so-called deal and they'll report the fact that months earlier, the product was that same price. So, for example, say there was some sort of item or something like that. We'll just say there was like a toaster oven for $50. Okay. Toaster oven's $50. And they're saying that, oh, this is a Black Friday deal. This high-end toaster oven for $50. When months before, that same toaster oven was $50. But what they did was they raised the price. Yeah, they raised the price. And then they slashed that already high price and lowered it back down to $50 where it was in the first place. So, I mean, it's not really a true deal. It's just, corporations basically acting like it's a deal when it's really not. So yeah, that kind of nonsense going on. And I just think those are some of the things that have contributed. I mean, of course, you have inflation as well, where corporations just are too greedy to actually give out true deals like that, even though they make millions and millions of dollars. But they're essentially, like they pretty much have to bow down to the shareholders. Can't lose too much money, even if you're profiting millions and millions of dollars a year. So they're not going to give out like true Black Friday deals like that. Even online, like, I mean, is there any true Black Friday deals like that online? I haven't really seen any, if I'm being honest with you. So, and no, I don't consider 20% off a deal. I don't consider 30% off a deal. Minimum 50% off. That's a true Black Friday deal. If you have a $500 TV, a TV that's actually truly $500, where they actually had the price, and then they slashed the price to $250, okay, that's a Black Friday deal. Ain't enough to get me out the house and buy it, though. You'd have to give me like 80% off for me to even think about going out to buy it. Then again, I don't think I'd do that to begin with, because you talk about a TV, let's just say it was like a 75-inch Samsung TV, and they slashed the price by 80%. Man, do you know it's gonna be people in these stores fighting over that TV? Oh yes, yeah. I've seen the videos. People fighting over these electronics and TVs and stuff. That's what you'd have. You cut the price on a Samsung TV by 80%, and it wasn't no nonsense where they like raised the price and then slashed it. They truly, actually, genuinely cut the price by like 80%. Now that's a real Black Friday deal. But you just don't see stuff like that. Now, I passed by Walmart earlier this afternoon, and oh, look at this ant trail. Isn't this the coolest thing? I'm sorry, I got distracted, y'all. This is a really long ant trail. Y'all see it? Y'all see how ants work together, but humans can't work together? Isn't that a crying shame? Look at how well they work together. Look at how well these ants work together. That is such a crying shame that humans cannot simply do the same. Especially here in the United States, we're just a whole bunch of individuals. Look how well they work together. This line is literally all the ants. They work together, but humans can't. That's crazy. We got to get it together. I'm sorry, I got distracted. What was I saying? I bet I be getting distracted when I'm out in nature. These some tall trees, aren't they? Pine trees. But I mean, there's no, I just think that the hype, excitement behind Black Friday. Oh, what was I saying? Okay, Walmart. I passed by Walmart earlier this afternoon, and I noticed that the lot was somewhat full. It wasn't completely full though. It was only between, I'd say, 70 and 75% full. And when I was looking at people coming out the store, and I look at their carts, it was like groceries and stuff. It's not like it was a bunch of people coming out with TVs and big electronics or anything like that. Now, I will say I did pass by some of the different clothing stores like Ross and Marshalls and JCPenney and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, the lots were, they were pretty full. The clothing and fashion stores and all that. Yeah, they were pretty full. Yeah, people know, fashion is very popular, so there's no surprise there. But yeah, that bird, that plane. But yeah, oh, and also too, I passed by Best Buy. Best Buy's parking lot was actually pretty full, I'm not gonna lie. And, it's electronics. Electronics on Black Friday are still pretty popular. So Best Buy's lot was pretty full, but there's just, to me, I just don't really see the deals. I don't see the deals. I truly don't. Even when I was looking on bestbuy.com, I just didn't really see any deals like that. Now, I wonder how, okay, let me go back here. I'll see, this is actually a pretty empty street here. It's not a main, it's not like a main street or anything. So we're just gonna go back here. I like this median though, it's very nice. They made it look as natural as possible. But yeah, I was looking on bestbuy.com. I didn't really see anything either. Not any deals that like stood out to me. It was 20% off here, 30% off here. I'm like, that's not a real deal. So. And I wonder how it's gonna be on Cyber Monday though. I wonder what kind of deals they'll have then. I know the online orders will be, there'll be an uptick in online orders, especially bestbuy.com, walmart.com, of course, Amazon. There's gonna be an uptick in orders, but they're just not true deals. So, and you know what? I'll say this too. It's kind of a good thing in a way that there really isn't as much hype about Black Friday anymore, because, see, look at that trash. All it takes is for one person to just put their trash in the garbage can, and the whole world would be a much cleaner place. If everybody followed that principle, just take your trash and throw it in the garbage can. If everybody did that, we would have such a cleaner, more greener, more beautiful looking landscape. Something to think about. Something to think about. But I mean, let's see more trash. Yeah. So I'm saying, all it takes is one person. Just throw the trash away. But, I think that it's a good thing that the hype around Black Friday has kind of died down because of the simple fact that, I think I said this earlier in my previous video, that it's basically just a microcosm of just American consumer culture in general, right? Black Friday. I think that we have to get away from this like consumer culture, right? Where we just buy, consume, just to, for some people it's to make themselves feel better, feel adequate. For others, it's to impress other people. A lot of times people are buying things they don't need with credit cards. These high interest credit cards. And it's just a bad cycle all around. And once you can get to the point where you can pretty much look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I don't need this, I don't need that. And you're whole, like you feel whole within yourself without a whole bunch of stuff. That's a pretty liberating feeling. You're basically free from the chains of American consumerist culture. You've essentially freed yourself from that mentality of needing this item to impress other people or to actually feel good about yourself. And I think that, in my opinion, if you want to spend money, a better way is to have experiences, travel, go to new places, go to new states, go to new countries, and actually experience and take in, other places around the world, right? Just experience what it's like to be in a new place and just take in all the sights, the sounds, just experience it. It's something. And then also too, when you travel, it makes you a more well-rounded person too. You're more open to new things, new ideas, different ways of living, customs, etc. That's what traveling does. And so I think that's like a better way to spend money if you're gonna spend money. And there's different ways to travel, like on a budget too. But it's just buying a bunch of stuff, buying that fancy car, that fancy huge house. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the debt. It's not worth the hassle. It's just not worth it. And banks capitalize and they win off of Americans' insecurities, off of Americans' want for things that they truly don't need if they realize that within themselves that they are adequate without a bunch of stuff, a bunch of garbage, right? So something to think about. That's such a nice sunset. I like that. See it? So that's such a beautiful looking lake too. I think it's a man-made lake. I think this one, yeah, this is like a man-made lake or whatever here. I don't think this is natural, but it's okay. It's still pretty. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all today about Black Friday. I just think that the hype around it is all but died off. And that's a good thing. We don't need that. We don't need people fighting over stuff in these stores, you know, just because they gotta have that TV. I gotta have that laptop, you know. We don't need that. The sooner we realize we don't need lots of stuff, I think the better will be. I truly do. You know, is that a helicopter in the background? Look at a helicopter. You know that they offer like helicopter tours in pretty much most like cities. Like they'll offer, like there's companies that offer like helicopter tours of the city. And that's something I definitely want to do one day too. Just take like a helicopter tour of different cities and stuff. I have so many things I want to do, but so little time. That's something I gotta think about too. Oh, man. I've never been on a helicopter before. I've been on a plane though. I would imagine it is different though from an airplane. But yeah, it seems fun to do that, you know, take like a helicopter tour of a city. But anyway, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. I really do thank you all for watching this video. I hope that you're relaxed, and I really hope that you stay tuned for more videos.